there is no business I've done which is profitable more than goats.
You hear that?
With proper management, a well-established goat farm can yield annual profits ranging from $30,000 USD to $50,000 USD. The income generated depends on various factors such as the number of goats, the market demand, product sales, and operational efficiency.
Rise and shine, Value Farm family. Welcome back to another episode of The Farm. If you're new here, you are most welcome. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and also turn your notification bells. And of course, to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys so much. I'm really super excited to be right here in Tiruhura district with an amazing farmer. You guys, we always tell you guys whenever we go to farms and we find something really very impressive, we have to share this with you guys. We don't want to keep it as a secret. We don't want to keep everything to ourselves. I have someone right here very successful in goat farming, and I would like him to really introduce himself.
Thank you, Tina. I'm called Wamala Amir, Director Amigo Farm. We are located in Tiruhura. We breed pure breeds of boa and crosses. Yeah.
Wow, that is really so amazing. Grafton, you're most welcome. You're just joining us right now.
Hi, everybody. My name is Co-Director Grafton. Again, Emil, thank you so much for having us. This man literally just came all the way from South Africa, crisscrossed the whole continent. But I have to give you credit for this. Most people, especially in Uganda, when it comes to keeping time and being in business and having integrity, I take my hat off to you if I was wearing one.
Thank you.
Because yesterday, he got in late, told us he was gonna be here. We left that house at the crack of dawn. And we still met this man on the way, arrived in time, and everything we thought we were gonna find, we found it on the ground, and it was beyond our expectation. In terms of professionalism, the way this farm is set up, the scenery is fantastic. I know you're breeding pure goats here. I'm sure when people see this video, and of course they've seen your work before, but this is my first time being here. I can definitely see this being an agro-tourism destination in the future. Maybe something else for him to think about. You know, you guys can push and nudge a little bit
I'm
more.
already setting up that.
There you go. Right?
We're going to see that, yeah.
And so in terms of the quality of the goats, guys, the goats are in excellent condition. Of course, by the time you see this, there won't be any available, so you're gonna have to get in line, wait for your turn. But at least you know the farmer, you know the farm, and as a company, we always like to feature some of the best and the brightest.
True.
And the work you're doing here, my brother, it's been
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So, Amir, how did you really start the genetic farm, like the breeding goats?
I think most of people have watched me. I've watched my story on different TV stations.
Seeds of Gold, which was a great feature.
Which was a great one.
I started in 2020 after being hit by lockdown. I'm a travel consultant. I have a travel company called Africa Addict Safaris, and I'm the director. But when we got the wave of coronavirus, I thought I could start the venture of goat farming, and fortunately it was successful. I did it as a hobby for the beginning, but it turned into business. I feel bad to see my company no longer have goats. These people have finished my goats. Very few of them. But as breeders, there is always next time. We keep on getting more animals. I'm soon traveling to South Africa, and I'm going to bring others.
Wow.
So everyone is welcome anytime. It's a matter of contacting me and giving you an appointment when the animals will be available.
Wow.
And I'm setting up another project called 1 Acre Project, where someone can keep 50 goats on 1 acre. I think we shall go there and you see how we are setting up, though it's still on, it's not yet done, at least 50% is done, because we have the grass already, and we are putting up the pen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Beginner farmers?
Yes.
That's what you're
Actually,
trying
it's-
to target?
No, my plan is, here we are used to graze, especially animals like goats and cattle, on huge chunk of land. But I want to show the world that you can graze goats on a very small
Scale.
piece of land.
Wow.
So you can imagine 50 goats on 1 acre.
Yeah, I would imagine based on that setup, you're setting up the different paddocks, you're going to be doing rotational grazing.
Yes.
And so that's actually an excellent concept because even at our farm, we have a decent number of goats. We also started to set up the paddocks as well. We planted the different grasses. We have some lab, Bracharia, some of the other ones that people should incorporate into their program. But it's a fantastic idea.
That
I'm
is a
looking
fun-
forward to it because that's as content creators / farmers, that's the number one question we get. How many goats can you raise on 1 acre?
Yes.
Whether you do free range or if you're doing zero grazing, semi-intensive, intensive, people always ask the same question. So it's gonna be really great to see how you do yours, how you execute, and hopefully at some other time in the future when we come back, because we have to come back. This farm is just
Amazing.
amazing. So hopefully next time we come back, the project will be fully completed, but it's gonna be great to get the beginning aspect of it and also to get the actual finished product. And hopefully you guys can definitely come out here and see it for yourself. I'm really looking forward to it.
About management of the goats. As a beginner farmer out there or someone who is into goat farming, how have you managed with the management in your farm right here? For someone who really wants to know. Yeah.
Well, for the beginning, I gave it time. First of all, I visited different farmers
Okay.
to learn how they do it. And being in love with these small luminants, I was paying detailed information. On each detail, I was paying attention. So by the time I started, I always tell people, take your time before you begin, study, make a tour study, know the outcome and the input you're going to put in before you venture into any business. So here it's very simple. I have, you've seen my workers,
Yes.
very neat. Whenever I'm coming to the farm, I don't communicate, but I find it the way it, as you found it.
Yes,
this is how
very
it is.
clean.
Yeah.
So management, then I have a camera. They know that I'm seeing them all the time from
All
my
the time.
phone, whether I'm in South Africa, the US, or where.
You're
I'm
seeing
watching them,
Mm-hmm.
and I can call, actually call and ask, this is wrong, this is right. Yeah.
So it's amazing to hear this from another farmer because we always tell people when you actually not always on the ground, it's always great for you to just pop up because as the owner, you spent the money, you made the sacrifices, you've earned the privilege to pop up at your property at any time like a ninja. Right? And so the fact that the place, and I can attest to this because we came together, the farm was in exactly this condition. The compound is clean, the staff is extremely professional. Typically when we've visited other farms, just picking out the goats itself has always been a painstaking challenge where the staff that works there, they don't really want to help, they don't want to participate. In fact, sometimes they'll be hiding most of the goats from you, keeping everything away. But the experience was first class across the board. So for that, it shows that you actually have a process in place. Everybody's following it. And it's great that you actually do have the camera because many of our fellow farmers, they have their farm, they have their stock, but they don't want to make the investment to protect the business.
The business there.
So why spend all this money, your blood, sweat, and tears into getting your actual product and not spend a little bit extra to protect your initial investment?
That is true.
It is the same thing we tell people, right? Many of our friends or other farmers, beginners, intermediate farmers, what they do, they'll call us. They'll be looking for the cheapest goat.
Yeah.
And we always tell everybody the cheap product is often the most
The
expensive.
expensive one.
Because the one thing you can never get back is time. So if you can actually get a product that's already, 87%, 93, somebody already put in the time, they sacrifice, and you're gonna literally start the race, 3/4 of the way ahead of everybody else. If it costs you an additional $100 or $120 or even, an extra $150 more to save you 3 years of work. It's a worthy investment.
That's true.
Value proposition is not something you should toy with. Again, not everybody can start at this level. You do what you can. You have your big board for your short-term, medium, and of course long-term goals. And you just have to work towards it. And so starting from 2020, it's now almost 2024. You've definitely have, I would say, gained from your initial hobby, now full-time business, right? Well, I guess a second full-time business here.
And it's even becoming more innovative with other projects that are really coming up, because of just a hobby, a simple hobby. You can just imagine what he really, put into all this. I also wanted to know about the profitability, like when you started this, because you started as a hobby.
Yes.
And now you want to expand it to commercial level. Do you think it's really profitable?
I'm a business person.
Okay. That we know.
I don't think there is, I don't know whether it's because of loving or people take my animals when I still love them, but there is no business I've done which is profitable more than goats.
You hear that?
Okay.
A goat can produces twice a year. For example, you've bought a goat at, let's say, 2 million.
Yeah.
And it gives you 2 offsprings, the least in a year. After 5 months, you'll be selling that offspring at least 800. How much is that? And the mother is there.
The mother is right there, still giving birth.
Still giving birth. By the time you're selling that, after 5 months, the mother is giving birth already. So calculate and see. So I can tell people that goat farming is profitable. You can never go wrong. We get challenges, but we can never step back. We always move on. Then in addition to that, there's something I wanted to tell people about those people who are looking at breeding, whether it's local or what, don't buy goats from the market.
Thank you.
Don't buy goats from the vendors. You don't know why this person is selling those animals.
True.
90% of people selling goats in the market, the goats have problems. So if you want to go into goat farming and you love it, go visit farmers. If you want local goats, there are farmers with local goats. Go visit the farm. First, take a study tour and get to know about the animals, the history. Then go back and buy.
I have to tell you, that is like incredible advice. And guys, that's not just with the goats. It's the same thing with cows as well.
Exactly.
When it comes to, you ask yourself this as a human being, as a business person. If you have the proverbial golden geese or goose at your farm, would you want to sell the one goose that's giving you pure gold every single time?
Definitely.
No, you're going to go for the one that's giving you bronze, sometimes silver, sometimes a dud all around, right? It's the same thing. As farmers, nobody's going to wake up and sell the one goat giving you triplets, quads, and say, you know what, I need some money today. Let me just take my best goat to the market and sell it at a 40% discount. Everything in life, you get exactly what you pay for. And when you look for shortcuts, when you're looking for, I guess, to get over on the farmers, and a technique some of our brothers and sisters use when they go purchasing animals, a fair warning. Many of you will show up to these farms and you tell the actual farm owner that you're looking for meat goats.
True.
But in reality, you're looking for breeding genetics.
Exactly.
Some farmers at their farm will have meat goats, and a lot of the time those animals are sick. They know these animals are not productive. Most of the time those animals are sterile. And so when you think you're getting over on that farmer and you show up asking for meat quality animals because you want to save some money, you're gonna get exactly what you pay for. So be careful. Don't be frugal. Be frugal when it comes to you finding ways to run your company efficiently. These are sacrifices you can make for yourself, right? But not when it comes to the actual stock that's going to keep you in business. That's all I have to say.
That's right. Do you have anything to add on that before I ask your next question? No, I wanted to ask you about, of course, challenges are everywhere. We've gone to different farms. Different farmers have challenges that they face. I'd really want to know here at the farm, what challenges have you really faced so far, starting from the beginning and where you are right now? Which challenges have you really faced so far? To just give us courage as well, that we are not alone here.
I want to repeat this. Before you venture into goat farming, first study and get to know what you're doing. If I could tell you that I've not met a serious challenge of death, you may not believe it. But the first thing I studied is vaccination.
Wow.
Vaccination is very important. PPR, Clostridium, brucellosis, FMD, and CCPP. Those are most common disease that kills our animals here. And when they come, they sweep. They don't kill one animal. So it's very important to vaccinate. If you vaccinate, you have less challenges. Then another thing is sanitation, cleanliness. You have to understand that animals, goats, they like cleanliness. They have to be in a dry place. They're not supposed to sleep in their droppings. And you have to clean the house every morning. You have to train that to your workers.
Yeah.
And another thing, quarantine is very important also. If you see a sick goat, eliminate it from others. Take blood samples, find out what the problem is. When you find out, you treat it, and you come check other animals if they have the same disease. That is the technique I use.
Wow.
That's a playbook, and that's so straightforward. And it's a blueprint that almost anyone can follow. But you know, our brothers, they like the shortcuts. Even there's so many times that the same message, the similar message you just shared, we've echoed. But when people purchase these animals, they look and say, oh, this goat look healthy. And they literally get it off the truck and put it directly into their herd. And then a few days later, sometimes you might actually have a herd that's already fully adjusted and adapted, and they've already been hardened by that environment. And then you bring another herd or another group of goats that is not accustomed to that environment, and you find that that goat might come with a disease to your herd that they've never faced before, so they haven't developed that immunity. And that one goat or that extra 5 goat you get off the side of the road trying to be cheap may wipe you out completely. So this is very important. Vaccination is everything, because when you have the vaccination schedules, that's also one of the main reasons we came here. Even before we got here, in fact, the first time Tina spoke to you about coming, making the appointment while you were still out of the country, your goats were being vaccinated. You know? So everything was being kept up to date.
And even shared the videos with me, like when the vet was on ground.
Proof when the vet was on the ground.
She called me when I was here. Then I said, let me take a video.
You see? Even better. So the cool thing about it, that was before you traveled, sorry. So the cool thing about it, we always preach this to people. You know, tighten your belt, because many of you, when you want to go out to the club, when you want to buy that extra set of bag, you want to get that new cell phone that comes out every 9 months, you find a way to get the money. When it comes to your business, you have to sacrifice the same way, if not more, because the business you start today could be a hobby, could be a quote unquote side hustle that might end up replacing your miserable desk job in Kampala within the next couple of years.
Yes, that is so true. I was very curious, and I know our viewers right there are also curious about this, because they're looking at the goats that we have here. We have the Boers. Why did you choose interest in Boer goats and this genetics, of course?
Before doing anything for me, I first make a research. I researched about best goats that can grow well here, because it's almost semi-arid here. And I found Boers are better. And in terms of growth, Boer goats are the best.
Wow.
Around the world, even if you Google best goats in the world, in growth rate, Boers are the top.
They're the top.
Yes. So I'm lucky that they like my place.
The environment.
Yes.
I like your place.
They are used, and they are very okay with it. So.
Okay. And feeding, they're just on free range.
They are on free range.
Wow.
Yeah.
The good enough, at least there's enough land, as you can see from the background.
Completely, it's free range. We don't have anything that we supplement.
Yeah, but on the 1 acre project, that's when you're going to do the other grasses and all to inform other people out there that it's really very possible. You know what? Most people have really contacted us, as Griffin said, every day. I don't have enough land. I only have 1 acre. I only have, small piece of land here. So I think something like that is going to be like an eye-opener to so many people out there about it.
Before I chose this project, it's quite costly, but it's worth it. Someone would call me. I'm called Amir, but people call me
Amigo. Yes.
Amigo. I like your goats, but I don't have enough land. I said, okay, how much land do you have? I have 2 acres. I said, that is enough for 100 goats. Like, now I can't believe this. And you take time to explain, and someone would think that you're lying to them.
Yeah.
So I decided to come up with this setup to show the people what I meant.
Wow, that is amazing.
And I'm looking forward to, maybe when we are opening it, I'm going to invite you guys.
We shall definitely come here. Why not? Why not? And where do you see Amigo Farm in the next 5 years?
It will be different from here. Much better.
Okay.
Much better, because I'm paying so much attention on what I'm doing, and I'm a strategic person, and I love what I do. When I start something, I do it thoroughly. So I'm expecting the best. Not why 5 years? Why don't you talk about 2?
Okay, 2 years. Okay, 2 years. I overestimated 2 years in the next 2 years.
Yes, because like that project that I'm starting, I'm going to put 50 pure goats.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
and 2
really
bucks.
nice.
So it's one of the
things that you're looking at.
Yes, and that will impress people to see what I'm doing.
Wow.
First of all, any business, you have to love it. You have to love what you're going into and venture into it. Many people find what I can call comfort zone. I don't believe in 9-to-5 business. I want to. Most people work for others. I'm sorry to say.
That is true.
It could be rude, but
That is the fact.
to me, it feels so.
Yeah.
Get out, think out box, come, visit different farmers, see what they are doing. It's very important because I'm 41 and I'm not looking myself in Kampala in the next 15 years. I'm setting up my stuff here and I'll be retiring soon from Kampala.
Hey.
So if you think that where you are is better, think, what if you're sacked today? That's the first thing. Secondly, what future do you hold in case you retire? How many years are you remaining with to retire? What do you have at home? You get it? Those are the things that you have to look at and come join us.
Wow.
Wow.
I could not have said that any better myself. So, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Call him Amigo Farms if you really want to reach out as well. But really appreciate you guys so much. I think this has been an insight for you, and we can't wait to come back here when he opens the project. When we were coming here, by the way, we were talking about the agro-tourism kind of business but you've not talked about it. I think that is one of the plans that we shall definitely have as well, that is coming up, but we shall definitely feature it when he invites us to the farm next time. But I really appreciate you guys so much. If you've really watched this video up to this point and you've not even liked the video, I don't know what you guys are really waiting for. So you can follow him on Facebook, Amigo Farms. Then in case you want to follow Value Farm as well, we have Instagram, Value Farm UG, Facebook, Value Farm, TikTok is also Value Farm. Please go see behind the scenes and also see whatever we are doing at Value Farm. Whenever we are bringing farmers like him, guys, you don't have to miss out all these clips that we shall definitely be sharing right there. But subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.